What's up guys, Super Macho Gamer here. I was hoping to get this video done sooner during the week, but unfortunately I spent the entire time at jury duty, so I am getting the video done now. So there's been a lot of misinformation I'm pretty sure all of you are aware of about the Switch 2 and everything about it. Part of it is Nintendo's fault, I'm not gonna lie, but a lot of it is just people making stuff up at this point. Just because it's what's gonna give them the most attention, essentially. Most views, most clicks, everything. So in this video, I'm gonna talk about the Switch 2 game key cards, because I still see a lot of stuff about them, even though I feel like they've been kind of cleared up at this point, but apparently not. So what are the Nintendo Switch 2 game key cards? Well, they're cartridges. But specifically, and as you can see over here on Nintendo's official website, Nintendo Switch 2 supports both regular game cards and game key cards. Game key cards are different from regular game cards because they don't contain the full game data. Instead, the game key card is your key to downloading the full game to your system via the internet. After it's downloaded, you can play the game by inserting the game key card into your system and starting it up like a standard physical game card. Here's what a game key card packaging looks like. From all the box arts we've seen so far of Switch 2 games, everything about this is the same except for the bottom where it clarifies game key card. This requires a download, right? But this isn't new. This happened on the Switch. You can find copies of games all the time here where it straight up says internet download required and a micro SD card are required to play part of this game. And in this instance, Resident Evil Revelations 1 is on the cartridge. The second game you have to download and you cannot play it any other way. Now, one thing people aren't really thinking about with the game key cards are yes, these are downloadable games. These are downloadable games. You are technically buying a digital game, but you're buying a digital game that has a physical access key, essentially. Instead of getting a code, you are getting a cartridge. This allows you to download the game as you would if you just downloaded it from the eShop, but it lets you, when you beat the game, instead of sitting there wondering, am I ever gonna play this game again? Or I might play this game again. Do I really want to uninstall it? Or wow, I kind of wish I didn't buy that game. Now I'm stuck with it. I guess I'll just delete it and forget about it. You can technically get rid of it. It's a physical item that has access to the game. So if you want to sell it to somebody, you can sell it to somebody. That's always a good thing, because now you have options with your downloaded games instead of, well, I'm stuck with it and I'm never gonna play it again. Now, a lot of people love bringing up what happens when the servers go down, and that's a fair point. What happens when Nintendo finally shuts down the Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 eShop? Well, we can look at what happened with the Wii eShop, the Wii U shop, and the 360 marketplace. Right now, if you still have your old Wii and you downloaded games, you can hook up your Wii, go to the Wii marketplace, and re-download all your games that you've ever purchased. They're still there. They still have access. The only way you will not be able to re-download your games is if something happens to Nintendo. If Nintendo ceases to exist, then you might be not able to download your games, or if Japan gets wiped from the planet, then yeah, at that point I think we have bigger problems than whether or not you can re-download your games. Now, everyone loves bringing up, well, physical media, I own the game, I can continue playing it, but you can't. Even the original Switch 1, you can't. Here's a copy of Witcher 3. I bought this when it came out. I played it on my old Switch, my launch model Switch. I don't have that Switch anymore, but I do have Tears of the Kingdom Switch OLED, like so many people do, and I've never played this game on this console. Now, just for all you can see, it's currently in airplane mode. And if you pop the game in and you try to play the game, it tells you you need to update and download it. It tells you, you know, turn off airplane mode. And if you're connected to the internet, as you're seeing right now, it does the same thing. Now, if you put in a game like Tears of the Kingdom, which I played on this OLED, I haven't updated it. I'm still on version like 1.12 or something like that, where you still can do all the fun glitches to make your life more enjoyable for how painful that game is to play. And I still can play the game. I don't need to update it. But any of the games I've not put into this system yet that I played on my older original Switch, it tells me, hey, this game requires a software update in order to play it. No matter what, you cannot skip it. You can't just say start software anyways. So if you have a physical collection and you somehow lose your Switch and you get a new one and you don't have access to internet, you still can't play your games. They don't work. And either it's because of the operating system on the Switch, which is normally odd, because I have games that work perfectly fine without updating it that came out around the time this OLED did, and the original operating system that don't ever ask for an update. But older games that never were put onto the system originally do ask for an update no matter what. So if you get to a point where there is no internet and you have to get a new Switch, you might still not be able to play your system. Now, I think it has something to do with the actual game cards themselves. If you guys remember, a few months back, maybe last year, there was a little, I think they called it the MIG card or MIG switch, which was supposed to allow you to play your backup copies of your games on your Switch by putting them on an SD card. Now, how Nintendo recognizes the game cards are each game card has an individual, essentially, ID on them. And this is what allowed you to redeem your gold points. Whenever you put your game in and you could redeem your points, that's how you did it. And that's how Nintendo knew that that game was already redeemed. Essentially a form of DRM, you could argue. I believe that is how they determine whether or not the game's on the original Switch that it started on, and why it needs to update, because it needs to update. Hey, this game card now belongs to this Switch unit. I don't have any proof of this, but there's a lot of games I've tried playing while on the road or on trips that don't work, and I never realized they didn't work because I haven't played them since I got them. And when I decided, hey, I'm gone for 2 weeks, this is a great time to do it, and you don't have internet, I was stuck with nothing. Actually, I had no internet. I couldn't do anything. My Switch was essentially dead in the water because I had no games to play. So do I think the game key cards are as bad as people make them out to be? No, they're not. They are honestly probably Nintendo's solution to get third-party companies to make games for the Switch. Because let's be real here, EA, Ubisoft, apparently Square Enix, they don't want to spend more money. They don't want to spend more money. That's really it. If they can avoid dishing out more money to make a profit, they're going to do it no matter what. Nintendo has no say. Their choice is either have Final Fantasy VII Remake on Switch 2 or don't, or have it be digital only and no physical, and then you get more people upset. It's a lose-lose no matter what for Nintendo, but I guarantee the game key cards were their way of trying to navigate through, well, we still have a physical version. Technically, it makes GameStop and resell happy, and it also makes third-party companies happy because now they don't gotta dish out for what I think Witcher 2 or Witcher 3, sorry, had a 32 gigabyte cartridge, and Cyberpunk coming out is supposed to be on a 64 gigabyte cartridge. God knows how much those cost to manufacture, and they're willing to do it, but they're willing to do it. Let's be honest, EA doesn't care. EA wants a profit. They only care about money. Square Enix, same thing right now. So let me know what you guys think of the game key cards and everything going on in the comments down below, and I'll catch you guys next time.